We as a university focuses a lot on innovation. We want to be an innovation first university.
Why don't you take us through a little bit about this evolution?
Education institutions have been redefined. Today, anyone who is entering into this campus or any campus, he has a lot of hopes on what I will get to know. We see the various institutions in the country. The students are starting companies in the first year itself.
When I asked you about the vision of VGU, which is 2000 plus startups, right? So tell us what the university does.
We basically identify the students to convert at least 10% of students in the entrepreneurship system.
VGU is playing a very important role. It's bringing together, as I told you, the regulatory bodies, the policy makers, the startups, as well as the private players together.
We have a couple of startup founders who have built from these labs and have went to national platform where they've been recognized by President of India, by Prime Minister of India.
And how do you see ecosystems like this?
Anyone who has a shared vision, I think they should join hands and amplify the kind of work they're doing through their own strengths.
ये बेसिकली एक इकोसिस्टम बनाने का काम कर रहा है यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर कि लोग जो हैं वो स्टार्टअप को भी एक ऑप्शन की तरह ना देखें.
The higher education system of India will dramatically change.
Across campuses today, something is changing. Students aren't just thinking about jobs anymore, they're thinking about building something of their own. There's a certain fearlessness to it, a willingness to try, to fail, and then to get up and build all over again. But for that to happen, our education system needs to evolve too. Because to build the future, it takes more than just knowledge. It takes visionaries, mentors, enablers, builders, and experimenters. And I'm here to explore all of this at Vivekananda Global University, Jaipur. I want to begin our discussion by understanding what is the vision for this university that we're here in today.
So Vivekananda Global University started in the year 2012. We as a university focuses a lot on innovation. We want to be an innovation first university. A university where, as you were rightly speaking, that various disciplines, they transact with each other and some transdisciplinary new knowledge is created.
You know, you have seen the education ecosystem really evolve, right? Why don't you take us through a little bit about this evolution and why is it important today that when we sit in an educational institution, we can't just be having your run-of-the-mill lectures and examinations?
Education institutions have been redefined. These are, I'll not say just a theory knowledge delivery institutions, but an experience zone. Today, anyone who is entering into this campus or any campus, he has a lot of hopes on what I will get to know. We see the various institutions in the country. The students are starting companies in the first year itself. So that's a whole lot things which have changed. The second thing which has changed, particularly after the implementation of national education policy, is that we don't have now many standalone institutions. It is not only an engineering institution. If you see VGU, we have 14 disciplines. So the things are changing with the multidisciplinary institutions and the transdisciplinary culture which is coming up in the Indian education institutions. The higher education system of India will dramatically change. So today the era is different, the need for human resources is different, and hence the kind of education which needs to be given to the student has to be different. And in this era we have to create a different human resource.
And then picking up from that note, tell us what is it that you are building over here?
As I said in the visions, that our main aim is to have a lot of startups, right? With that vision, in the last 3-4 years, we have taken a lot of steps to change how the education is delivered at our campus. We are funding, government is funding on those products and ideas, and that is helping them to be a better resource for the country.
When I asked you about the vision of VGU, which is 2,000 plus startups, right? So tell us what the university does to be able to achieve the number of 2,000 plus startups. What are the various bodies or the institutions within this university that you have that will help you achieve that?
We have 10,000 odd students in undergraduation as of today, which will increase in future also. So these are 2,000 startups for us. Now we have to work on them day in, day out to take them to that level that they are marketable. Then we have, of course, the technology business, VGU TBI Foundation and ACIC, which work with various venture capitalists, Government of India schemes. Many of our startups incubated of ACIC has gone to I'll say Shark Tank or Founders Program. Now our main focus is not only to have 2,000 startups, but to have sustainable startups, which have revenue generation, which have good and maybe out of 2,000, 2-3 can be unicorns, some can be something else.
If you can tell us a little bit more about what are the kind of startups you hope will, come out of VGU?
As I said, that we will be able to solve the global problems and the India's problem of climate change, clean energy, biotech, medtech. These kind of startups will more come, and I think our students should be able to solve these kind of future problems of mobility.
After our conversation with Onkar, there is one thing that I have realized, that in VGU, nothing works in silos. It's all like a connected ecosystem. Because think about it, over here, ideas, they're not just stopping at ideation. They are being continuously shaped, continuously refined and taken forward. And at the heart of this entire journey is the institution's Innovation Council, a team of people who are responsible for validating these ideas and for nurturing them and taking them ahead. And now I am pleased to be joined with Satish Jangid, who is the president of the institution's Innovation Council. We're going to be in conversation with him to understand what this council does and how exactly does it take this idea to a startup stage. Thank you so much for joining us, Satish.
Thank you so much.
तो मेरे को पहले बताइए, when a student has an idea, where exactly does that journey start for them here in VGU, and फिर where do you enter?
We have conducted around 200 plus activities each year. In the last 3 years, we have conducted more than 600 plus activities in this university. And from these activities, we basically identify the students to convert at least 10% of students in the entrepreneurship system, and every department have one IIC in charge. IIC in charge means the faculty who is responsible for the activities, for the identification of the ideas and for taking those ideas to the next level. And with these ideas, we have structured a proper process. From these ideas, we have a pre-incubation, then we have incubation, and then we have scaling and funding process over there. So in pre-incubation, we take some identified ideas from these activities. We have 1,000 students. So we at least ensure that 100 students, 10% students can come in form of ideas from these activities.
There was another very interesting conversation which I had with Onkar, where he spoke about, transdisciplinary project, जो TDP है, right? जहाँ पे अलग-अलग disciplines के बच्चे आके they solve a problem. How important is this aspect in the entire innovation ecosystem of VGU?
हमारी कोशिश ये रहती है कि हम अलग-अलग डिसिप्लिन से स्टूडेंट्स को लेकर के आएँ, उनकी एक पूरी टीम बनाएं, क्योंकि हमारा मानना है कि स्टार्टअप जो है वो केवल एक पर्टिकुलर माइंडसेट का काम नहीं है, उसमें अलग अलग डिफरेंट माइंडसेट के स्टूडेंट्स चाहिए होते हैं. कोई टेक्निकल अच्छा है, कोई पिच करने में अच्छा है, कोई किसका बिजनेस एक्यूमेन बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा है, कोई नेटवर्किंग बहुत अच्छा करता है. तो हमारी कोशिश ये है कि इस माइंडसेट के साथ में हम उनकी एक टीम बनाएं और उस टीम को हम एक सुपरवाइज़र प्रोवाइड करें. लास्ट 3 ईयर्स में इस पूरे प्रोसेस में 30 से 35 स्टार्टअप्स ऐसे हैं जो इस यूनिक और एम्बिशियस प्रोजेक्ट से हमारे निकले. ये एक बेसिकली एक इकोसिस्टम बनाने का काम कर रहा है यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर, कि लोग जो हैं वो स्टार्टअप को भी एक ऑप्शन की तरह ना देखें, इसको देखें कि ये स्टार्टअप जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है अगर हम एक विकसित भारत के गोल की तरफ काम करना चाहते हैं.
So far, we've heard a lot about how ideas get validated and nurtured here at VGU. But what happens when those ideas step into the real world? When they're not just projects anymore, but they're actual products and startups. You know what? That is what I want to explore next. So let's go and speak to those bright minds who've been able to do this with all the help and support from Atal Community Innovation Center or ACIC VGU Foundation. Let's go. Now I'm sitting with Kanika from Cellverse. Kanika, please tell us about yourself.
We are developing in vitro disease models and digital twins of human diseases. Currently, our focus is on mouth cancer and pre-cancer stages and also human skin.
I want to understand how is ACIC here at VGU helping you sort of, get closer to this vision of yours?
VGU is playing a very important role. It's bringing together, as I told you, the regulatory bodies, the policy makers, the startups, as well as the private players together, right? And in a very, very active and dynamic fashion, not like one event and then they just they lie back and then they come back next year. No, at very regular intervals.
Absolutely.
They are very active. The CEO himself, kind of pushes you and then takes a feedback real time. Hey, do you guys need this networking, or do you need a platform, or do you need any technological advancements, which can be enhanced, or do you need industry experts, right? So in that fashion, ACIC VGU has been very, very active incubation center.
Tell us, why did you choose the incubation center?
Until incubation has been giving us the support in terms of the technological readiness itself, that how we can scale up the TRL levels for our products itself, how we can go from that prototype to a market ready product to a scale perspective itself. And that has been the more prominent reason, that not being a part of being basically originated from this university campus or ACIC cell itself, we have been associated with them because of the power and the support they have given us, apart from what has been the power and support which we have just got in terms of monetary from other people itself.
VGU right now funded us and also providing us the lab space support. So that has been very crucial in the defense robotic platform. When you are building up something which needs hardware and software integration. Another part is that the mentoring and the guidance support. How can we enter large capital markets or maybe enter in different aspects. So that mentorship support is provided by ACIC VGU right now.
University has multiple incubation centers and ACIC is one of them. When you hear a lot of startup stories, you'll often see tier 1 cities or tier 1 colleges, but I believe that a lot more Bharat is building is happening in tier 2 cities, and that's where I believe ACIC comes to play. Here as well, our focus is that through ACIC and other incubation centers at the university, that we want to create an ecosystem.
And in this whole process, how does ACIC enable them?
So as an incubator, I think we have a variety of offerings to them. So once they come to us, we ensure that they get the right guidance to register their companies. Post that, we also ensure that there are enough ideation boot camps and workshops where we question what they're trying to build. We also bring in a lot more mentors to guide them.
Gaurav, I've also been, walking around the entire ACIC space that we have over here, and there are so many labs that I see, makers lab, fabrication lab, something for textiles also, something which is there for everyone, and co-working spaces. Tell us a little bit about this space that you've built.
What we believe is that next India will not be built only through semiconductor startups, and I think that's where the other startup will also play a role, right? So for us, I think through these labs, what we are also trying to ensure that anyone who wants to build something, let's say for carpentry, for textile, for AI, for automobile, for let's say fabrication, they get that kind of support to create those prototypes. Because a lot of time people have an idea that I want to create something like this, but they don't know how to do it. That brings a lot more procrastination or something of not knowing about how to do it. So that's where we also give them lab technicians who are able to do that. In fact, we have a couple of startup founders who have built from these labs and have went to national platform where they've been recognized by President of India, by Prime Minister of India. So I think these interactions also at very early, probably at school level and college level, gives you a lot more push that if I'm able to do this, why not, let's say I should pursue this, or it also inspires others to take up entrepreneurship as a career.
And how do you see ecosystems like this? And I say ecosystems because I mean everything, right, which is there over here, sort of contribute India's position in global tech.
It's the collaboration of every player who can play its role. So if I talk at the university level, it's the combination of policies, faculties, processes, leadership, and also the founders who want to build. And I think if everyone comes together with the same vision, I think things will happen. Anyone who has a shared vision, I think they should join hands and amplify the kind of work they're doing through their own strengths.
Absolutely. I think that is the biggest takeaway I'm going to take from our conversation, is that it's about collaboration and it's about making sure that everyone works together to be able to achieve the Viksit Bharat mission that we have. I've spent an entire day here and honestly, I have only one thought. Why am I not a student here? Because think about it, everything here just works. The students, the faculty, IIC, ACIC, all of them are an ecosystem of innovation, making sure that no ideas just stay on paper or in classroom, but actually go out and build solutions for real problems. The vision is to build solutions that have a global impact, and the mindset is that no one gets left behind. Everyone gets a chance with the right support, access to mentorship and opportunities. And that is what makes this place so inspiring. This has been VGU Jaipur.